Hi, David here. I want to talk about self-consciousness, this feeling that everyone's looking at us and analyzing us. And I want to talk about what self-conscious people do to deal with self-consciousness. And I still remember walking over the courtyard to school and just feeling everyone's eyes on me. It was like they were looking at me like with lasers, and they were analyzing me and they were judging. And it was even at the point where I didn't really know where to put my hands. My legs stopped working, so I had to physically, manually move them around, and whatever I did, it just felt weird and off place. But then someone told me something that just stuck with me. And that person said, when we arrive at school, everyone's so self-conscious that they don't focus on others. I was like, wow. I mean, is this really true? Because for me it was true. I didn't pay attention to anyone else because I was so afraid of what I looked like. So the next day when I came to school, I decided to look at others and analyze them and what they did. And I noticed how they were fixing with their hair, they were looking into the reflection in the school mirrors to see if they look good. Everyone's self-conscious. And this leads me to the first trick, and that is to be aware that everyone's self-conscious. I mean, just look at the facts. 9 out of 10 people feel nervous when they talk to someone they haven't met before. 9 out of 10. So we walk around with this illusion that we compare our own inner chaos and nervosity, and we look at others, but we only see their calm surface just like we look calm on the surface. So it creates the illusion that everyone's confident and we're nervous, when in reality, everyone's just as nervous. And just knowing, just being aware of that everyone's nervous makes us more confident and less self-conscious, right? Let's do a thought experiment. Say that you walk into a room, and we live in the world where you believe that everyone's super confident. So you walk into the room and you see everyone as being super confident people. That's pretty intimidating, right? It makes you feel nervous and self-conscious. Now, instead, imagine that all those people are in fact beneath a calm surface, pretty nervous and self-conscious. Imagine walking into a room of nervous and self-conscious people. That does something to you. You stop feeling intimidated, and instead you start feeling more self-confident because you know that they're just like you. Okay, so my first trick is to remind myself that people are self-conscious and nervous. Whenever you walk into a setting, whenever you're around other people, even when you walk the street, remind yourself that everyone is self-conscious and nervous. 9 out of 10 people feel nervous when they talk to someone they haven't met before. The next trick is something I talked about in this video that you can find here as well. I talked about an interesting study there where they asked people to either focus on themselves or focus on the conversation or the person they were talking to. And people who focused on the conversation or the person they were talking to became so much more self-confident in that interaction. In other words, if you stop thinking about yourself and instead start analyzing others, you feel more self-confident. You know, at that schoolyard when I started paying attention to others, that's what happened to me. I started looking at others, analyzing them, asking myself questions about them. What might they be thinking about? I wonder if that person nervous. And just by doing that, that took the focus, it took the pressure away from me and put it on them. And I felt more relaxed. Then there are times where we're not like in a room of strangers, but maybe we're at a dinner table and we just have a feeling that people will judge us no matter what we say. Maybe people judged us in the past, or for some reason we just have that strong feeling, right? And this is something we can't push away. We can't ignore those feelings because then they just come back stronger and stronger. So what we want to do is to accept it and do it anyway. If you watch my other videos, you know that this is a theme. We can't push bad feelings away, but we need to accept them. And one thing we can do to accept those feelings is to write down what we're afraid that people will judge us for. So you can actually do that right now. Pause a video, write down in the comments below what makes you nervous, what makes you feel that people will judge you. And then you can also look at others' comments and see what others say. And you will notice that a lot of the people feel the same way as you do. When we write down what we're afraid that people will judge us for, that in itself helps us accept it and be less afraid of it. And we can tell our inner voice, I know that I'm afraid to be judged for this, I'm going to say it anyway. I know that the voice is there, but I'm not going to let it control me. Okay, so in summary, focus on others. Remind yourself that people are self-conscious, but they have a confident surface above that. Remind yourself that under that confident surface, 9 out of 10 are self-conscious. And also, if you have these thoughts in your head coming up that people will judge you, don't try to push the thoughts away. Just accept that they are there, but decide to act anyway. Do what you want to do anyway. Say what you want to say anyway. Okay, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. And also, I have a free training that you want to check out. It's on confidence and how to interact and have conversations. I think you'll love it. Okay, see you in the next one.